Hey, this is Notser, and the French battleships are going to be in the community contributor hands any moment now. Partial embargo, work in progress, stats are not final. Which French battleship would you like to see first? I have my theories, but I'd like to hear from you. Of course, my goal is always to share a game that is exciting, funny, and informative. That's the goal. But that brings me on to my next point. I don't know if I can find a reasonable game of the French battleships because based on the Gascogne Tier 8 premium French battleship that is going to come out with the line, you get the idea, level of commander, this is the way to go. I can't really find a consistent build. I can't find a consistent playstyle. I just don't know what the hell to do with this ship. It's not as bad as the Cossack. Cossack, I know exactly what I need to do. It's just a bad ship. Every single aspect of it is so incredibly bad, they could buff it all up, and it probably would still be just okay. But I don't really get that vibe from the French battleship Gascogne. And maybe that's because, honestly, battleships are the least impactful class in the game. They are by far the ship line that's the most popular, and yet they have the smallest variance of win rate. And that screams the least impactful. You've got aircraft carriers that are obviously, you get a good aircraft carrier commander, they can single-handedly win the game without asking for anything from their teammates. Destroyers. Destroyers absolutely dominate the objective. They can spot, they can torpedo, they can do stuff with the objective that no one else can do. And then you got cruisers. Cruisers have great tools like radar, smoke, hydroacoustic, defensive fire. All of these contribute a ton. They do a ton of DPS. They can hide behind islands. They've got good concealment. Yeah, they're super squishy. But as you might imagine, players are continuously evolving, and there is absolutely way more camping behind islands or near islands than there's ever been, and that's a natural progression of the game. But you look at battleships, and battleships are pretty selfish, quite honestly. They have the one-shot potential, they have personal heals, and they don't really give any consumables for their team. Maybe the aircraft is the most team-oriented skill, and even that has a very limited window where it's beneficial. And it's only really useful against other battleships. Sometimes you'll spot targets behind islands, obviously. But in general, the aircraft cooldown is used to kill a target or spot someone that's right on the edge of being spottable by anyone. And I don't really feel like the French are there. In this particular game, I noticed that both teams were going for B. Our team got A, the enemy team got C. And I just wanted to follow this friendly destroyer because he was scouting ahead of me. And I wanted to try and punish enemy battleships that were bow on or stubborn in their angling. So either I have good angle to fire on them, or the friendlies at B point have the angle to fire on them. And why did I try this? Speed boost. It's one of the fastest battleships in the game. It should theoretically be able to outrun the enemy's ability to angle against you, and at some point they're going to have to bail out on that strategy of just bow on. This doesn't work very well without the support of a friendly destroyer or friendly aircraft carrier scouting ahead. This is suicidal. The only battleship that should really operate this independent of other ships is probably the Missouri, because radar allows you to detect the destroyers out there that just want to kill you. Plus it has great AA protection, so it's going to mitigate a lot of the enemy aircraft carrier's ability to attack you. I don't really feel that way with this particular French battleship, and I'm worried that that's how I'm going to feel with all French battleships. I got a good broadside on a target, did 9,000. This enemy Gneisenau, he's completely splayed open, and yet the guns completely miss. Nothing I did wrong. It was just RNG. And that is how the French feel. They're just completely random. I have the perfect angle to punish this target. Yet, I have to roll a dice. A very significant dice between hitting the target and missing completely. And for French, it feels very, very frustrating. It feels like that dice doesn't go in your favor as often as maybe the Americans or the Japanese. And that's probably true, right? That's probably really true. So I'm just trying to figure out their game style, their gameplay, what I'm trying to do. How am I supposed to approach the game as a French battleship? You know, maybe this is as good as it's going to get. Maybe they have to just improve the accuracy, Notser. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't really know. I feel like there could be a good game in there. And obviously there are, because people have posted it. But I don't feel like it's worth my time to invest in the hopes of getting that good game, if that makes sense. Because you're just going to go insane. Sometimes you'll wipe out a target. Other times you'll have one shell make contact that'll do 1,500, 1,900 damage. You never know. You could do the exact same shot 100 times and something completely happen every single shot. And I don't feel like that is the case with every battleship line. I think different lines are better at different things, obviously, but some are just so much better. I wipe out a cruiser, perfectly broadside. I fire another salvo at another cruiser, basically the same range away, and I get one shell that overpins for 15, 1900. Whereas with the other one, I got random dispersion that took him out, did 16, 17,000 damage. Yeah. It's just awkward. There we go. Holy Terror. He knows exactly what I'm thinking. Now my team's doing great. We've only lost 2 ships. The enemy is getting wiped out. I did really enjoy pushing the flank, keeping these guys rotating around, keeping my distance so obviously they can't do massive damage, but staying close enough that they do feel the pressure. They know I'm here. But I'm going to try every single one, and I'm hoping that this isn't the identity of the French. I'm hoping that this is a one-off. I hope that, the French that is going to be presented with the battleships later today and tomorrow will be that of a flanker, for sure. I really do think that's going to be their identity. The ability for them to quickly rotate around the map, because they're a battleship. They want to stay back. They want to use their range to their advantage. They also want to use their armor to mitigate. So they want to engage certain targets, take them out, and then move forward. That's their identity. And the French, more so than pretty much every other line, has the potential to go faster than any battleship out there, even faster than some cruisers, and just wipe out anyone that overextends or can't keep up with their team, right? And if it works well and it feels good, yeah, but if it requires me to get 8 kilometers away from my target, that's suicidal. At this distance, I was feeling I was right on the edge of being too close to the enemy. I was close enough to the destroyer that I could help him out, but I definitely felt like this is very borderline. If I'm any closer, they would probably just wipe me out. 3 or 4 targets focusing their fire, and that would be the end of me. So I'm excited, and I'm afraid. Not as afraid as the enemy battleships. There was a couple Dunkirks in this game, which was very intriguing. Maybe they're getting their French commander ready to go. They're excited. Oh man, we get to play the French. Yeah. Watch me wipe out this island. The explosions kind of made it look like they were eyes and there was a mouth, like a Joker style mouth. It was kind of creepy. But this game's over. I'm not gonna do anything else. I just wanted to share this game and share my thoughts on the French battleships. I'm gonna try my best to figure out if there's any fun there, well in advance of them being released to you guys. I know you have limited time, and community contributors offer you sort of a shortcut, so you can get information that would take longer if you had the time to invest it, which you don't. So that's why we're here. I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I'm going to catch you next time. And that next time will involve a French battleship. Take care.